Hola a todos, bienvenidos a este live maravilloso. Quiero agradecerles a todos por estar aquí en este momento tan especial. Tenemos un invitado muy especial hoy que teníamos muchas ganas de traerles. Su nombre es Keshava. Él está ahora mismo en el sur de India y fue nuestro maestro de meditación en India. Él es una persona muy especial. Pueden leer en la descripción, les invito muchísimo a que escriban, que lean en la descripción todo lo que él ha estudiado y cómo se ha formado, porque tiene una visión muy interesante. Él estudió desde muy pequeño yoga y meditación a un nivel bastante profundo. Estuvo en el Ashram 5 años con maestros iluminados, con un maestro que se llama Swamy Dayanandaji, y luego estuvo también en Rishikesh con otro maestro iluminado. Entonces es muy interesante poder tener la oportunidad de hablar con él de todo lo que ha estudiado. Ha estudiado también psicología occidental. Entonces él nos va a contar un poquito hoy su camino de estudio, su camino espiritual, cómo ha sido la vida en el ashram y cómo la podemos llevar a cabo, cómo podemos aplicar estas cosas en nuestra vida real. Entonces, sin más, les voy a presentar a Keshava, que nos va a compartir muchas cosas. Este es el primer live de muchos que van a venir. Namaste, Keshavaji.
Namaste, namaste, namaste. Namaste from India.
Aquí les presento a Keshava. Here I present you Keshava. Hoy nos va a participar un poquito de su historia. He's gonna share with us a little bit of his story. Y después vamos a empezar a hablar un poquito de la vida del ashram y muchas cosas más. And after we will talk about the life in the ashram and a lot of things more. Thank you very much, Keshava.
Thank you. Namaste, everyone. I'm Keshava. So I teach yoga philosophy, and I teach meditation, Vedanta philosophy, and also I do Reiki healing. And I have been doing this for last 10 years. And I studied with my master in Rishikesh, Swami Dayanandaji. So I studied in traditional Gurukulam style for about 5-6 years.
Okay, I will translate.
Sure.
Él dice que él estudió yoga, meditación, también Advaita Vedanta, y él es maestro de Reiki. Estudió con sus maestros en el ashram. Yes, you can continue. I will translate in between.
Yeah. So in India, we study in a monastery. So in Gurukulam, ashram, you can say ashram or Gurukulam. Gurukulam means where the family of the Guru, the master, enlightened master. So we go there and we stay there with the master and study for a length of time. And systematically, day after day, you study and stay with the master. You follow the master, not only the teachings and also the lifestyle of the master.
Okay.
And also you have...
I will translate it. Yeah. Él dice que él estudió en India, en ashram, o le llaman también Gurukul, que es la escuela del maestro, donde no solamente se aprende del maestro, sino también se sigue una vida monástica y se sigue la vida que lleva el maestro.
Yeah. So systematic study with the master and also the lifestyle, imbibing the lifestyle. And also we have other students, so like-minded students we have, and we learn from them also so much. And it's you study first. You have to learn the grammar. I mean the language. So because the whole thing is in Sanskrit. So yoga or Vedanta. Yeah.
Okay. Él dice que primero se estudia, que en el ashram se estudia del maestro, se sigue la vida como la lleva el maestro y también de sus alumnos más grandes. Y lo primero que se aprende es sánscrito para poder estudiar los textos tradicionales de Vedanta.
So you study yoga, then Vedanta. First you will study the language, then you are able to understand. Though there is a translation is there, but then original studying in the original text is all it's you get the real purport of the thing. So that's why you are because the language itself carries all this the intended meaning. So you have to study grammar, language, Sanskrit. Yeah.
Él dice que es súper importante estudiar yoga y Vedanta y meditación en la lengua original porque la lengua sánscrita lleva una carga muy fuerte y un significado que es intraducible. Entonces, lo primero que tienen que hacer es aprender sánscrito para comprender profundamente las enseñanzas.
Yeah. So then you study, systematically you study, and because it's very subtle, you know, the reality is very subtle. So you study and also you have to practice. So what you study, you practice, yeah. And
entonces,
you see for yourself.
El estudio es muy sistemático. Entonces, se va estudiando cosas muy sutiles, las estudias y las practicas. Las estudias y las practicas.
Yeah. And you have any doubts, and master is always there, always available. You can approach, and they will clarify, and again they will teach. Then you practice again. So like this goes on for years.
Entonces, él dice que cualquier duda que a uno le surja, ahí está el maestro para solucionarlo. Maestros iluminados, estamos hablando, él estuvo aprendiendo de 2 maestros iluminados. Entonces, cuando tenía alguna duda, va, le pregunta al maestro, vuelve, practica. Sigue, si tiene alguna duda, pregunta, sigue, practica, y así poco a poco durante los años va sucediendo la transformación.
Yeah, and also the ashram lifestyle itself is very conducive for your practice, and you stay there, you don't go anywhere, and you are there and fully focused, you know. So the atmosphere is very spiritual, and no disturbances, nothing. So you just stay and go deep, very deep, and so this is how it goes in the ashram. Yeah.
Y la vida en el ashram está muy focalizada al estudio y al autodescubrimiento, entonces no hay disturbios, no hay nada que te haga quitar la atención del foco, entonces puedes ir muy profundo en tu estudio y avanzar.
Yeah. So this way, 5 to 6 years, I studied with the master, my master Swami Dayananda, and also other masters. So many teachers, we have many teachers, but the main teacher is Swami Dayananda. So different people, different teachers, different gurus, you know. So it's a very wonderful experience. I had many breakthroughs, and I learned so much. Everything I learned there, on the life and also spiritual life and spiritual wisdom. So yeah.
Él dice que él aprendió de Swami Dayananda y había muchos otros maestros, pero él era el maestro principal y que fue una experiencia increíble, que aprendió muchísimo, que rompió muchísimas barreras de sí mismo, que fue una experiencia brutal.
So later on, I wanted to study university. In the university, I went back to university. I did my master's in Sanskrit again. So then another master's in Advaita Vedanta. Then I did my psychology. I wanted to study psychology. Though we study psychology as a part of yoga psychology, I also wanted to study Western psychology. So I did my master's in Western psychology. Yeah.
Entonces, después decidió irse a estudiar a la universidad, quería estudiar psicología porque él ya había estudiado psicología yógica, Vedanta, pero quería estudiar psicología occidental. Entonces, fue a la universidad y se sacó la carrera de psicología occidental.
Yeah. So then I wanted to do my PhD in psychology or some kind of interdisciplinary. So I did PhD in psychology and related to spirituality, yoga.
Hizo un doctorado en psicología relacionado con la parte más conectada con el yoga y el misticismo.
Yoga, psychology, mysticism, spirituality. So this is the broad study I did. Then afterwards, I have been teaching yoga philosophy, Vedanta, Sanskrit, and meditation. I've been teaching meditation. So this is about myself. Yeah.
Entonces después comenzó a enseñar yoga, meditación, Vedanta, sánscrito y empezó a enseñar eso.
Yeah. It's a nice combination of the spiritual, the yoga and the Vedanta and also the psychology. It's a nice, wonderful combination. So with this we can do so much. We can help people so much. So this is what I have been doing. Yeah.
Él dice que es una combinación muy potente el estudiar yoga, meditación, Vedanta con la psicología occidental, que es un paquete brutal para poder ayudar a la gente y comprender al ser humano muchísimo más profundamente.
Yeah.
Muy bien. Y después, I will speak Spanish and after English. Y después estuviste en Rishikesh aprendiendo de otro maestro, ¿verdad? And after you went to Rishikesh and learned from another enlightened master, yeah?
Yeah. So I was in Rishikesh with Swami Dayanandaji, and also in South India. We have Ashram in South India. We stayed there. Then later I also studied with the Himalayan masters for a few months, not much, but for a few months. That itself is very wonderful experience I had. So Swami Veda I studied for a few months. So that was a wonderful experience I had. I was initiated into Himalayan tradition also. Yeah.
Entonces él dice que él estuvo en la Ashram de Swami Dayananda, estaba en Rishikesh también hay uno en el sur de India, y en Rishikesh también aprendió con un maestro iluminado que se llama Swami Veda, y con él estudió unos meses, pero muy potentes, porque él ya tenía un nivel muy alto de estudio, entonces unos meses con un maestro ascendido ya pueden ser una voladura. Yeah, few months, when you have all this knowledge already, to learn a few months with an enlightened master can be a mind-blowing experience.
Yes,
when you are
exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah, wonderful experience. Yeah.
Y también él dice que él fue iniciado en la tradición de los maestros de los Himalayas, porque eso es una tradición. Ok, entonces hablemos un poquito más de cómo era la vida del día a día en el ashram. Let's talk about how was life in the day-to-day in the ashram. What did you do when you wake up? What time you wake up? How was the sadhana?
Yes, so it is very systematic and a complete focus. You don't have any other distractions. Complete focus. So only study and practice, nothing else. So
Era una práctica muy sistemática. No hay nada que te saque del foco, entonces es solamente estudiar y practicar. ¿Y a qué hora en la mañana, a qué hora se levantaban y cuál era la sadhana de la mañana? What time did you wake up and what was the sadhana in the morning, for example?
Yeah, so morning we wake up at 5 o'clock. Then after we have our own practice for half an hour meditation. Some people practice yoga also early morning. So yoga or meditation you do for half an hour or 45 minutes. Then you take a shower and go to temple. There's a temple, there's a worship. So morning temple worship will be there. So we all gather there and we stay there for half an hour, 45 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Él dice que se levantaban a las 5 de la mañana, luego había una hora de práctica personal, ya sea meditación o yoga, ducha, y luego iban al templo para hacer bhakti, worship. ¿Cómo se dice worship? Rezos y devoción. Devoción durante una hora todos juntos. Ajá.
Yeah, you can say that is bhakti yoga.
Yes.
You can say that is a practice of bhakti yoga. Practice of bhakti yoga. Then we have a first class with the master. So that's a guided meditation. So first class at 6:30. 6:30 to 7:30, master guides with the guided meditation. We participate.
Wow. With Swami Dayananda.
Yeah.
Wow. Entonces, por la mañana tenían una meditación guiada con Swami Dayananda, con su maestro iluminado. Wow.
Yeah. It's a very deep meditation practice. Then afterwards we have a breakfast, light breakfast at 7:30. Then 8 o'clock we start a class again, theory class, Vedanta class, Vedanta or yoga, so class. So 8 to 9, one class will be there. Then afterwards a satsang. So Q&A after the class. So you have half an hour satsang. You can ask any questions.
Wow.
So 9:30. Yeah.
Entonces dice que después de una hora de meditación con el maestro, iban a desayunar y luego hay una clase de Vedanta y después hay satsang, o sea, preguntas y respuestas con el maestro. Entonces, y cada clase, voy a preguntarle cada clase, porque yo estaba en clases de él también, cada clase te transforma. And the point of these classes is that each class transforms you. So before the class of Vedanta and after, you are not the same.
Yeah. No? Not the same. Every class is transformative, and every class you are learning so much, and also you can see for yourself. So this is how it is. It's a lifestyle.
Yes.
So not only you are learning, you are seeing the master, and it's like a living example of the teachings like that.
Yes.
So
yes.
yeah.
Entonces, lo fuerte de esto es que uno entra a la clase y sabe que no va a salir igual, sale transformado, porque estás delante de una persona que practica lo que hace y a un nivel muy elevado, ¿no? Entonces, cada clase es una transformación personal.
Yeah. So then we have a break.
After the satsang.
After the satsang, we have a break for 15 minutes. Then we have a Sanskrit class. Sanskrit. Daily we have a class, daily 1.5 hours Sanskrit class. So then also we have chanting, Vedic chanting, mantras chanting, So all the suktas and chanting for half an hour, 1 hour actually. So we learned systematically how to chant the mantras. So mantras and suktas and Vedic chanting. So with that, our first morning session ends at 12:30.
Ok, y de ahí hasta las 12:30 se van a clases de sánscrito para aprender sistemáticamente y después mantras, para cantar mantras. Cantado sistemáticamente para aprender bien y ahí termina la práctica de por la mañana.
Yeah. Then we have a lunch break at 12:30. So then 12:30 after lunch, you have a 2 hours break for yourself. So you can study or you can go to library. So there's a library, people go to library, or you take the notes again, what in the class, what happened in the class, you write the notes again, or you can do whatever, your personal time till 3 o'clock. Then again at 3,
Y después ellos tienen la comida y después tienen 2 horas para ellos en los que pueden estudiar, pueden tomar notas, revisar lo que han estudiado por la mañana o hacer lo que ellos quieran.
Yeah. So at 3 o'clock, we start again, evening classes. So 3 to 4, one class, and 3 to 4:30 we have one class. Again, Vedanta or Darshana or epics. We have different, Ramayana, Mahabharata.
Sí. Entonces, después de 3 a 4:30 tienen una clase de Vedanta o de epics, que es la historia hindú, de los libros sagrados hindú, y eso lo tienen de 3 a 4:30.
Yeah. Then again 5 to 6 again Upanishad class, Vedanta class, 5 to 6. Then 6 to 7 again temple service.
Y de 5 a 6 tienen otra vez una clase de Vedanta, de teoría, y después al templo, a hacer bhakti.
Yeah. Then 7 o'clock we have dinner. Then 8 o'clock again satsang. So Q&A session with the master. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Entonces después cenan y después en la noche otra vez satsang con el maestro.
Yeah. So that will be 7 to 8. 8 to 9. Then afterwards, so you are free and you can study, then do meditation, whatever. So that will be the day.
Y después tienes libre y puedes hacer meditación o irte a la cama. Entonces después and after you are floating. After all this day, you are like, wow.
Yeah, exactly. So,
how incredible. Y tú hiciste eso 5 años, and you did that for 5 years, every day. Yeah. So imagine, like, wow, so much expansion, tanta expansión, 5 años, cada día con el maestro, every day with the master is.
Yes. Yeah, every day with the master, we study for 5 years like that. And only Sunday we have a day off. Day off. So, but this is how it's in ashram. That's how we study. So like everything systematically you study because there is a methodology.
Yes.
So highly evolved methodology, teaching methodology. So you have to study systematically, step by step. You have to go.
Claro que sí. Él dice que en el ashram se estudia metodológicamente. Hay un método y hay unos pasos a seguir para expansión. No es que tú vas ahí a estar, es un método específico para hacerlo. Entonces, ¿y cómo haces para ser aceptado en el ashram? How you do to be accepted in the ashram? Anybody can go? ¿Cualquier persona puede ir?
Yes, anybody can go. Anybody who is interested, knowing oneself, to study the spirituality is welcome. So no bar, nothing, only your interest. So that's it.
Si cualquier persona puede ir a un ashram y estudiar, si está realmente interesado en avanzar. Y una pregunta, ¿uno no tiene que hacer karma yoga ahí? One doesn't do karma yoga in the ashram to help?
Yeah. So this 1 to 3, 3:30, that's the time we do some karma yoga.
Okay.
You can go on the library, you do, and the temple service, you can do karma yoga there, and helping in the kitchen, whatever. So this is what so main focus will be on study. So that itself is like a karma yoga we take, but we also do karma yoga service in the temple and also in the library, or any other requirement is there, we go and do service. And once in a week we do whole day service, like so once in a week, whole day in the ashram service.
Okay.
So this is what this is a part of karma yoga. Yeah.
Okay.
So in this particular.
Ok, yo le pregunté sobre Karma Yoga, que es el servicio a la comunidad. Entonces él dice que sí, que todos los días entre 1 y 3 de la tarde ahí pueden hacer servicio a la comunidad, ya sea en la biblioteca, limpiar en los templos o ayudar en la cocina, pero todas las semanas tienen un día entero de servicio a la comunidad para ayudar. Y esa es la parte de Karma Yoga que se llama en yoga, esa parte de servicio a la comunidad.
Yeah, yeah. So most of the people already, they do karma yoga a lot before coming there, because this is a ashram for mainly focusing on the study. There are other ashrams where main focus will be karma yoga.
Ok. So, él dice que hay algunos ashrams, ese ashram es específico, focalizado en estudio. Hay otros ashrams que están focalizados en karma yoga para que la persona pueda limpiar. Yeah, for purification, no? The person that really needs to do service to purify itself. You purify. Because it's very important. Because some people find it easier to just give service to clean first, ¿no? Porque algunas personas sienten que es más fácil limpiarse haciendo servicio.
Yeah. So in the Dayananda Ashram, Arsha Vidya Gurukulam, their main focus on the Bhakti, Jnana Yoga and also Bhakti Yoga. Also Karma Yoga is there, but minimum. But other ashrams are there, other places where main focus will be Karma Yoga. Okay. I also lived in that ashram where only Karma Yoga. I did 2 years complete Karma Yoga.
Wow. Él dice que hay algunos ashrams que son más focalizados en, por ejemplo, en nada yoga o otros tipos de yoga, y otros están focalizados solo en karma yoga, en el servicio. Él dice que estuvo 2 años en un ashram que era solo hacer servicio, 2 años entregados al servicio, al karma yoga. Y una pregunta, ¿y qué puedes hablarle a la gente de la importancia del karma yoga, del servicio sin una retribución? What can you say to the people about the importance of karma yoga, about doing things without looking for a retribution? How important is it for the soul, for the self?
Yes, karma yoga is very, very, very important, because karma yoga prepares the person for jnana yoga, you can say. So karma yoga,
él dice que karma yoga, la yoga del servicio, es muy importante porque prepara a la persona para jnana yoga, el yoga de la autoindagación. Primero se hace servicio para luego indagar, para limpiar.
Karma yoga helps us to decondition ourselves. Karma yoga, it deconditions ourselves, and it's opening yourself to the higher awareness, So selfless service purifies the mind, purifies the heart, and prepares you for the Jnana Yoga.
Él dice que el Karma Yoga nos ayuda a descodificarnos, a abrir, a soltar, a despertar, a limpiarnos para estar listos para Jnana Yoga, que es el yoga de la autoindagación.
Reducing the individuality. Karma Yoga helps us to reduce the individuality and see yourself in a higher perspective.
Yes, very important.
It's very important.
Él dice que el karma yoga, el servicio a los demás, nos hace desprendernos de nuestra individualidad y conectarnos a la energía colectiva, porque así es donde vamos a poder indagar cuando ya no estamos pensando en la individualidad. Y es very important.
Very important.
Y mucha gente puede preguntar por dónde empezar. No, many people can ask how to start, porque en Occidente no hay un sistema tan claro, no se enseña el yoga de una manera tan sistemática y clara, because in Western countries they don't teach yoga in such a systematical way. They are losing the whole thing, the whole structure is not there. How people do.
Yeah, it's true. So yeah, it's like see, yoga. There are different schools of yoga, as you are aware, So people can start where one is more connected. For example, one may be connected more with the bhakti, mantra, chanting, kirtan. So you can start with that. So some may be more inclined towards karma yoga. You start with that. So like that, so it's depending on the person's preparedness. So you can start with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and asana also is a very important part. You can start with the yoga asana, then slowly learn, go for higher.
Uh-huh. Él dice que uno puede empezar por lo que más le llame la atención. Por ejemplo, si les llama bhakti, le llaman los mantras, los cantos, los kirtan. Entonces puede empezar por ahí, es lo que a uno le llame. Si a uno le llama servir a la humanidad, entonces puede empezar por ahí. Pero las asanas es muy importante. La práctica física de las posturas de yoga es muy importante para soltar y limpiar el cuerpo. Y de ahí sigue más adelante. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you start with even asana practice, yoga asana, you start with that. But then, so slowly, as you integrate your energies of the body, then slowly go to the next step. Then prana, work with the prana, the energy, universal energy. Mm-hmm. Then integrate yourself. Then go to the next level. Like that, it goes on. Yeah.
Ok, entonces uno va punto por punto. Con las asanas, una vez que integra el cuerpo, que siente el cuerpo más equilibrado, pasa al pranayama, y ahí va nivel a nivel. ¿Y cuánto es importante la práctica de yamas y niyamas? How important is the practice of yamas and niyamas?
Yes. So yamas and niyamas are the basic foundations for yoga. So because the lifestyle, the yogic lifestyle is very, very important, because our journey is within. Your journey is within in discovering the self. So yamas or niyamas are like a pillars, foundations of the building.
Él dice que los yamas y los niyamas, que son, para las personas que no saben de yoga, no pasa nada, pueden investigar por internet, pero él dice que los yamas y los niyamas, que son las dos primeras ramas del yoga, son muy importantes, son la fundación, son lo que van a crear una vida, un estilo de vida yógico, donde se va a poder avanzar en el resto. Hay que crear una base donde se crean los pilares fuertes de una vida de yoga.
Yeah. So the whole, like a building, you have a foundation. So if without the foundation, the building cannot stand. So same thing, yamas and niyamas are very, very important. So without the yamas and niyamas, no yoga. No yoga, it's not possible. Yeah.
Él es un maestro, escuchen, él dice que los yamas y niyamas son la fundación de toda tu vida. Sin eso no se puede construir una vida de desarrollo espiritual. Hay que trabajar en la fundación. Si los yamas y niyamas están fuertes, comprendidos y en la práctica, el resto va solo.
Yeah. So yamas and niyamas also include karma yoga. Yamas and niyamas include bhakti yoga. So that is why this karma and bhakti, yamas and niyamas. So these are the pillars on which the building of yoga is held up. Yeah.
Él dice que los yamas y los niyamas están basados principalmente en karma yoga, que es el yoga del servicio, y bhakti yoga, el yoga de la devoción. Y ahí esa es la base del yoga. Tengo una pregunta para ti. Bhakti yoga es especialmente importante en los países occidentales porque bhakti disuelve más fácilmente el ego, ¿verdad? So bhakti yoga is very important in Western countries because bhakti, to be able to recognize something higher, really helps to dissolve the ego identity, yeah?
Yes. Exactly. In bhakti yoga, you develop the surrender, attitude of surrender.
Yes.
To the higher energy, the universal will, supreme will, or the higher energy.
Yes.
So you surrender the ego, the little ego, the individuality. When you surrender this, your likes and dislikes, my individuality, then it opens up. Yeah.
Yes. Él dice que el bhakti yoga, la devoción, lo que facilita es la energía de surrender, de la entrega del ego. El ego se entrega ante la divinidad, ante una fuerza superior, y eso es súper importante para conseguir soltar la identificación, soltar el me gusta, no me gusta, yo soy, todo eso es muy importante soltar para que luego todo funcione. Entonces, aquí pueden ver las bases. Si nosotros creamos unas bases fuertes y conseguimos practicar llamas y ni llamas y surrender, entrega, ahí va a ser muy fácil la evolución, el descubrimiento. Yes, so when we work in llamas ni llamas and bhakti, after everything opens, very easy, yeah? More easy.
Yes.
But when people
exactly.
doesn't work in these basic things, llama ni llama and bhakti, surrender is more difficult because there is too many things in the head, no?
Yes. So without this, no higher yoga is possible.
Él dice, sin esto no se puede llegar al yoga superior. I have a question from someone. I'm going to make it for you. From Jose, our friend. He's a yogi here. And from Venezuela, very interested in really going deeper. Aquí está Jose preguntando. I'm going to read it in Spanish after in English. ¿Cómo podemos nosotros, los que no tenemos acceso a un ashram, con un maestro iluminado, lograr profundizar en el yoga? Yes. How can we, that we don't have access to an ashram or an enlightened master, be able to go deeper in yoga?
Yes. Now in this time, especially of this Corona time, is more difficult. But when you have this the quest, the master will come to you. So we have a saying that when you are ready, master is there.
Okay. Él dice que ahora esas cosas no son tan fáciles, pero que solamente necesitas tener sed de autodescubrirte. Cuando tienes sed de autodescubrirte, los maestros llegan. Y yo puedo decir que es totalmente verdad, porque a nosotros nos han llegado como él y pueden llegar en cualquier momento. And I can say that because when we were ready, the master had appeared like you. Yeah. And even a book, for me, books through masters, through books, has teach me so much. So, incluso en los libros están los maestros ahí encarnados. The masters are incarnated in those books also. That will open your mind. Of course, it's not the same like having the master in front, but... And there is one question I want to ask you. Hay una pregunta que te quiero hacer. ¿Qué piensas tú? Nosotros hemos pensado mucho de cómo los maestros han venido, sobre todo en el 1900 hasta 1970, 80, y ahora es como que han desaparecido para lo que está pasando en el mundo. How you see this, Keshava? I've seen that the masters have came a lot in 1900s, like, many masters, no? And maybe after 1980, they knew what was coming and they just disappeared. Because now there is so many enlightened masters available for people. Maybe in the Himalayas they are, in the caves, for sure they are, but not available for people, so many. Ahora no hay tantos maestros en disposición para la gente normal. Quizá en las cuevas de los Himalayas sí, pero no tanto para cualquier persona.
Yeah, maybe will come again. When the time is ready, people do come. So like that. I know. But one thing, when you are ready, master will definitely come. So that's how it is. That's how in the tradition. Everybody, when you are ready, master appears. So
él dice que en la tradición yógica es así. Cuando el alumno está listo, el maestro aparece. Y bueno, aquí tenemos a Keshava, okay? And I say, now maybe we are ready because we have you here with us. So the master has appeared. So
thank you.
Very good. So vamos a hablar un poquito de... okay. I have more questions. One moment. I have many questions now. Look, it's very good.
Sure. No problem.
Okay. I was going to ask you this. 3 questions. ¿Puedes hablar de la importancia de la disciplina, el respeto personal y el cuerpo sano? Can you talk about the importance of the sadhana, the self-respect, and a clean and healthy body for the sadhana, for the spiritual trip?
Yes. All the three are very, very important. So without the healthy body, you cannot practice. Dharmartha kama mokshanam arogyam moolamuttamam. So for any practice, for any spiritual practice, healthy body is very, very important. So
Okay,
you cannot neglect the body. Yeah.
I translate not the Sanskrit, but I translate the English.
Okay, sure.
Él dice que un cuerpo sano es totalmente importante. Él nombró, hay un verso en sánscrito, quiere decir que está escrito en los Vedas. Es muy importante un cuerpo sano. Sin un cuerpo sano no puedes desarrollarte espiritualmente de manera profunda. ¿Y por qué? Why?
Yeah, because with this body only we are practicing. So with using this body as a vehicle, so we have to discover ourselves.
Yes.
So the vehicle should be in a fit condition.
Yes.
You know?
Él dice que el cuerpo tiene que estar en óptimas condiciones porque lo utilizamos como vehículo. I want to say something here to ask you a little bit deeper. Eso yo me lo cuestionaba siempre porque muchas veces quieren no darle importancia al cuerpo físico y para mí yo le hago una reverencia profunda al cuerpo físico porque es nuestro vehículo. Many times I think about that because I give a lot of importance to a healthy body. I give a lot of importance to my body as a vehicle. Not for beauty or not beauty, is as vehicle. So I think we really need to also do bhakti to this vehicle that the universe has given us. This is an amazing machine. So it's very important also to take care of it, yeah?
Yes, exactly. So this body is very important. You have to keep the body fit. And you don't pamper, at the same time you don't neglect.
Yes.
You know.
Él dice que es muy importante, tenemos que mantener el cuerpo en forma y no dañarlo, no hacer cosas malas contra el cuerpo. Ajá.
Yeah. So that is why we have asana practice. That is why we have Ayurveda. Ayurveda is, keeping the body healthy. So whole health system. And the body also, and the asana also. So,
entonces él dice que para eso tenemos el Ayurveda y la asana, para mantener el cuerpo sano. ¿Cuán importante es la alimentación en esto, Keshava? How important is food in this, Keshava?
Yes, it's very, very, very important. Food also is very, very important. So yogic diet, yogic food. So keeping not only the body healthy and also mind healthy. So because the food also have the effect on the mind. What food we take affects the mind also, and the prana also. The food has got it affects the body, prana, and also the mind. So very important.
Él dice que la comida es muy importante porque afecta tanto el cuerpo físico como el cuerpo mental como el pránico. Afecta en esos tres cuerpos.
Yeah. So in Bhagavad Gita, the whole chapter on the food, what kind of food we have to take. Because it's so important, it affects our whole body, the mind, the whole personality. So it's so important.
Él dice que en el Bhagavad Gita hay un capítulo entero para hablar de la alimentación, tan importante que es la alimentación en nuestra vida si queremos llevar un camino espiritual.
Yeah. Very important. Taking healthy food.
Yeah. Yes. ¿Cómo tiene que ser una dieta yógica? How is a yogic diet?
Yeah. So yogic diet will be very simple. Pure vegetarian diet, and food will be simple yet very nutritious.
Okay, one moment. La dieta yógica es una dieta muy sencilla, muy nutritiva, 100% vegetariana, muy simple pero muy nutritiva.
Yeah. So pure vegetarian food, of course, and
por
also
supuesto,
even in
por
the
supuesto 100% vegetariana. Ajá.
Yeah. And also not only food, and also the eating habits, and also eating in time. That's also important. And even cooking, how you cook also important. And what time you take also important. All these things are important. Yeah.
Él dice que es muy importante a las horas de comida, mantener unas horas de comida, cómo preparamos la comida, cómo comemos. Vamos a hablar un poquito de cómo se come en el ashram, porque yo he escuchado cosas que por ejemplo, Lipo y yo teníamos mañas así que no sabíamos, y son mañas de ashram, bien graciosas, ¿no? Samskaras. I say to people that we can talk about how you eat in the ashram, because Lipo and me, I think we have many samskaras from eating, like ashram style. Y yo escuché, por ejemplo, de otro profesor que yo tuve, que en el ashram, por ejemplo, una vez que te sirven la comida, es tu comida, no se comparte con otra persona, tiene tu energía, eso tú te comes tu comida. For example, I listen also that in ashram, when they serve you the food, this is your food. You don't give the rest to another person. You don't share your food in the plate. This is your food for you. Yes?
Yeah. So it's like Hita, Mita, and Medya. The three things. So you take the food which is beneficial, which is healthy, and also Mita. Mita means is a moderate. Moderately you take. Moderately. And Medya. Medya means you have to is sacred. The sacredness you have to bring to the sacredness. So that is why you don't share with other. Means once you have taken the food, so you take it. So you don't share that food with others. So this is like purity.
Yeah, purity.
Purity is important. Yeah.
Yes, Saucha, yeah. Entonces él dice que hay unas partes importantes en el ashram de que la comida tiene que ser nutritiva y tiene que ser también el tamaño justo, no pasarse, y también es lo sagrado. Entonces, una vez que se te sirven la comida a ti, tú te sirves esa comida es para ti, no se comparte con otras personas. ¿Y cuál es la importancia, por ejemplo, de comer con la mano? Okay, what is the importance of eating with the hand?
Yeah, so eating with the hand is like, the bioenergy, the prana flows in our body, especially with the hands. So food also has prana. Our body is always radiating prana. So while taking with the hand, so you are also taking the energy, the pranic energy, the bioenergy, so which is more nourishing.
Yes.
So there's a prana. So
Él dice que hay mucho prana en las manos, la comida tiene prana, entonces cuando comes con la mano, todo el prana fluye. Uno se está nutriendo del propio prana y también de la mano. Aquí hay una amiga que pregunta cómo despegarse del azúcar. There is a yogi here asking how to stop eating sugar.
Yes. Yeah. So you cannot stop abruptly. But slowly, discipline with the, slowly reducing. Finally, it takes 1 or 2 months. You can let go. So abruptly, you cannot stop.
Él dice que no puedes parar de repente de tomar azúcar. Entonces, que tienes que ir reduciendo poco a poco y en un par de meses, pues ya parar.
Yeah.
Muy bien. ¿Y cuál es la... ok, vamos a hablar de... ¿cómo fue, después de estar en el ashram, ir a estudiar en la universidad? ¿Cómo es la universidad en India? How was after the ashram to go and study in the university? How is Indian university for Western psychology? How is that? Because I know Indian people, they are very, very, the level of intelligence in many Indian people is very different to Western countries. I find this, very different, very intricate intelligence. Les digo que la inteligencia hindú es muy intricada. Ellos tienen una mente increíble para analizar. You have an amazing mind for self-inquiry. To listen Jnana yogis is just like mind-blowing, no? How is the university there?
Well, unfortunately, in the universities, they don't teach much spirituality. Only in a selected universities like Sanskrit universities, they teach, but in mainstream universities, they don't teach, unfortunately. So even if they teach, is very minimum. It's not much. So mainly, for example, psychology. So when you study psychology in the university, it's a more Western psychology, Western models of psychology. So I don't say Western psychology, but Western models of psychology. Yeah.
Ok, él dice que en las universidades así modernas no enseñan espiritualidad, por desgracia, que solamente en las de sánscrito. Entonces la universidad de psicología moderna es psicología occidental total, no hay espiritualidad ahí. There is no spirituality there, only psychology.
There's only psychology. That's an unfortunate thing. So only spirituality. Only now they are bringing all the models of Eastern models of psychology, which includes spirituality. But so most of the universities, they teach pure Western psychology, Western models of psychology.
Okay.
So, but only we are, discovering more.
Claro, y que ahora están empezando a meter en las universidades hindúes de psicología moderna la parte espiritual de India, como volviendo a unir, they are uniting the circle, like the knowledge, yeah? ¿Y cuántos años estudiaste en la universidad? How many years did you study at university?
So university is almost like 10 years. So yeah,
Wow.
almost 10 years I studied. So I did masters in Sanskrit and another masters in Vedanta, again, Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta. Then another masters in psychology. Then my PhD. So almost 10 years I studied in university. At the same time I was teaching.
Él estudió casi como 10 años en la universidad porque él hizo un máster en sánscrito, un máster en Vedanta y máster en psicología. Y cuando tú hiciste un máster en psicología en la inteligencia emocional. You did the master about emotional intelligence, yeah? Can you tell us about that? With your spiritual point of view. This is most important.
Yeah. So in my PhD, I have a specialization in emotional intelligence and also spiritual intelligence. So emotional intelligence is like a Yoga Sutra. You know, when you study Yoga Sutra, Yamana Yamas, Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga is developing the emotional intelligence and also spiritual intelligence.
Okay.
So I can connect. Yeah.
Él dice que cuando él hizo el máster en inteligencia emocional y inteligencia espiritual, es como estudiar los 8 brazos del yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, llamas, niyamas, asanas, pranayama, todo eso es como lo mismo, es desarrollar nuestra inteligencia emocional. Imagínense la maravilla que tenemos entre manos. Yeah, the Patanjali's method is a wonder for the world.
Yes,
it's like the savior.
Exactly.
It's gonna be like the savior of the world when people start to go deeper in this path that we have to walk, no?
Yes, exactly. So Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga includes how to develop the emotional intelligence and also the spiritual intelligence, the whole system, complete system, Patanjali Yoga Sutra.
Él dice que el yoga de Patanjali, los 8 brazos del yoga, es un camino, es un sistema específico para desarrollar inteligencia emocional y espiritual. I have another question, one moment. Claudia pregunta ¿cómo supiste la importancia de estudiar psicología occidental y cómo la integraste con el yoga? She's a psychologist, and she's a yogi too, so that's the question. She wants to know why you thought it was important to study Western psychology and how you integrate it with yoga.
Yeah. So studying psychology is my personal interest, but my master always studied psychology and combined both together. And the models of psychology, Western psychology, you know, and combining with the Yoga Sutra and Vedanta, so you can, therapy is an excellent, it's a healing, how you can combine both. So that's
Él dice que él siempre tuvo curiosidad por la psicología occidental y su maestro lo motivó para que estudiara eso, porque la mezcla de psicología occidental con Vedanta y con yoga es una mezcla muy potente.
This is important because of you can teach this to audience who are not Indians. In India, so the spirituality and all people generally know, but when you teach audience, Western audience, so it's easy to convey through the models of Western models, easy to convey the yoga and Vedanta.
Yes.
That's right.
Él dice que en India es más fácil enseñarle a los hindúes espiritualidad porque es que ellos lo entienden profundamente, pero a los occidentales, a él le ayudó mucho estudiar psicología occidental para comprenderlos y poder llevarles el yoga de la manera que ellos lo entendieran. Yeah, in a way they can understand. ¿Y cómo ha sido tu experiencia enseñando a occidentales yoga y meditación? How has been your experience teaching yoga and meditation to Western people?
Yeah, so that's why since I have this background in psychology, it's easy to express and explain the Vedanta yoga to them so that they can easily understand, because there can be some cultural limitations when you explain these things, So, but when you know psychology, it's easy to explain.
Él dice que la psicología le ayudó mucho a poder enseñar Vedanta a los occidentales, porque si no hay una parte cultural que falta, entonces él con la psicología occidental comprendía perfectamente cómo enseñarles a los occidentales Vedanta para que lo entendieran. ¿Y cuál es la diferencia? ¿Cuál es esa llave que tú piensas entre los hindúes y los occidentales? Porque a veces cuando yo hablo de hindúes o occidentales, hay gente que cree que son lo mismo, pero no es lo mismo. What is the key or the little difference between, for example, Hindus and Westerns to understand? Because I always say to people that Indian people understand this yoga and spirituality very different. It's not like a Western person. It's very different. It's in the samskaras, it's in the DNA, is in their brain, how they understand. So it's different. Sometimes even Indians, they want to make me think that it's the same, but it's not the same. No? What is your experience?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because in this Indian culture, the spirituality is very much there.
Yes.
Though in metropolitan cities and English educated Indians may not know, but it's very much there. And also the language and the culture very much deeply rooted with the spirituality. And also we have the whole holistic approach. Yeah.
Yes. Entonces él dice que es muy diferente el background, como la preparación que tiene un hindú, incluso un hindú que haya aprendido una cultura inglesa, porque la espiritualidad está ahí presente siempre, y una espiritualidad a un nivel muy profundo. Entonces, esa base está ahí muy fuerte. Por eso es muy diferente cómo percibe la espiritualidad un hindú que un occidental por naturaleza.
Yeah. So it's a completely your lifestyle, your culture, your language, everything is linked with the spirituality. The consciousness.
Él dice que todo en India está ligado a la espiritualidad, la lengua, la parte de la alimentación holística, todo. Toda la cultura está basada en la espiritualidad, por eso es tan diferente.
Yeah. So that is why it's its approach is different. So in it's a spiritual approach. That means you take care of all the layers of your personality, the physical, psychological, spiritual. So this is the approach in the East. So in the West will be, yeah.
Ajá. Y que en India hay un enfoque muy diferente. Todo se hace para desarrollar las diferentes capas de la personalidad, y eso se sabe. Hay una parte espiritual para autodesarrollar las diferentes capas de la personalidad, pero en Occidente, in Western countries.
Yeah, in the Western countries, the spirituality is considered as so only the psychology, so mind, the individuality, the mind. Beyond that, in the Western psychology, so the consciousness is not given much importance. Only the mind. But here, only the mind. And the mind reflects consciousness. But here it's not like that. Consciousness is the fundamental. The mind is an instrument. That's a fundamental difference. Yeah.
Él dice que en la psicología occidental se le da mucha importancia a la mente. La conciencia está ahí atrás como atrás, y la mente es lo más importante. En India es todo lo contrario. La conciencia es la que manda y la mente es una herramienta de la conciencia.
Yeah.
Very important. Y un día podemos hablar de la parte más básica de Advaita Vedanta y de todas las partes de la mente. One day maybe we can talk about all the origin, the basics of the mind in Advaita Vedanta, that is very well explained. That in Western countries there is only the mind, but in India there is so many different parts of the mind. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, sure. We will explain more details.
Yes.
The model of the mind.
Yes.
The psychology, the yogic psychology, and the models of the mind, the personality, yogic personality, and how to develop. Yes.
Un día vamos a hablar de todas las partes de la mente, la personalidad desde el punto de vista del yoga, porque es muy importante. Es como las reglas del juego. Si nosotros sabemos cómo funciona nuestro cuerpo físico y cómo funciona nuestra mente, es más fácil trabajar en ella. So it's the same, like when we know about our physical body, we can take care of it. When we know about our mind, how it works, because it's very systematically also. The ego is very predictable. but we need to know it, to identify it, to observe its patterns. Yeah, it's very important to know about body and mind. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Because the mind is an instrument we are using every day, so we should know how it works. So I'm using an instrument and I don't know means it's not good. So you have to know. You have to know the instrument called the mind, so that you can transcend the mind.
Yeah, and use it for yourself, not being used.
Yes.
Entonces él dice que es muy importante. La mente es un instrumento. Es como si tenemos un instrumento y no sabemos utilizarlo. Entonces es muy importante utilizar la mente y que no nos use. Okay, I have one question here.
Yes.
Dayananda. Some people say here that que la gente latina también tiene mucho bhakti porque tiene raíz con la conexión indígena. People here, as we talked before, say that Latin people, they really like bhakti because they are very connected with the indigenous root. So they love bhakti because Latin American people, they do bhakti for the earth, for the planet Earth, okay? So they ask me, ellos me preguntan alguna bonita experiencia con Swami Dayananda. They ask me about some beautiful experience you had with Swami Dayananda.
Yes. So, well, everything I learned from the Master Dayananda. So my whole life transformed with the teachings of Swami Dayananda. So that's what is whole. I cannot even explain. You know,
that's the experience of Bhakti. Yeah? Él dice que él no puede explicar porque se le transformó toda su vida estar con el maestro, le cambió toda su vida. Entonces, y también porque Dayananda específicamente era un maestro con mucho amor, ¿verdad? Todos tienen amor, pero Dayananda era una persona con mucho amor. Also because Dayananda was a master with a lot of love, You can feel that so much love he spread. All the masters spread love, but some are harder, But he was very, very, very loving person,
Loving person. The whole purification of the manifestation of the Daya, the love. His name itself is Dayananda. Daya means compassion.
Yes, compassion. That's what I feel. So, yes, very good.
Compassion manifestation.
Very really. Él dice que Daya es compasión y la energía. Ustedes pueden ver en YouTube videos de Dayananda para sentir cómo él emanaba esa compasión. Yes, he emanated this compassion. I can feel so much his face of compassion. Una pregunta importante. I have so many questions. Oh my God. ¿Dónde? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I go for questions first. People's question before my questions. So, my friend Aurelisa, he's asking que si conoce algún maestro occidental. Do you know any Western enlightened master?
Well, maybe I don't know, but maybe there are people.
Yes.
There must be, the enlightenment people masters are always there, all over the world.
Yes.
I don't know personally, but there are always people. The enlightened masters are always there.
Él dice que no conoce ningún maestro iluminado occidental, pero seguro hay porque personalmente hay por todos lados, ¿no? Una pregunta conectada con esto, hay muchas personas que pueden estar iluminadas y se dedican a su vida personal. There is many people that can be enlightened and they just do their personal life. What do you think?
Yes.
Or do you think that when you get enlightened, you really feel the need to share? ¿Tú crees que cuando uno se ilumina profundamente, siente la necesidad de compartir? Yes.
No. Many people are enlightened, but they just live a quiet life and they don't come out. So people go there, people discover and go there, but not that everybody come out and share. And there is no, So.
Yes. Él dice que hay muchos maestros iluminados que no comparten como dar clases y como un ashram, sino que están callados cuando alguien llega y les atienden. Okay, more questions. One second. Here is gone. Okay, Fabi, ella pregunta cuál es la diferencia entre la mente y la conciencia. What is the difference between mind and consciousness?
Yeah. So mind is only a reflective consciousness. Mind is only an instrument, But consciousness is yourself, your true nature. Your true identity is the consciousness, which is universal. So mind is only an instrument in the hands of the consciousness.
Okay.
Mind is only an instrument. Yeah.
Yeah. La mente es solo un instrumento, la conciencia es lo que tú eres, conciencia universal, eso es lo que tú eres verdaderamente. Y la mente es la herramienta que tiene la conciencia. Entonces, una pregunta más. En Advaita, no vamos a entrar en eso profundamente, pero en Advaita lo que yo he entendido es que está como una parte, no voy a ponerle nombre para no liarnos, la mente y la conciencia, y en medio está el ego, que es el velo. Eso es lo que tenemos que sacar para que la conciencia y la mente se comuniquen. So what I have understand of Advaita, I'm not gonna name Buddhi and different things now, because like this no confusion, but what I have understand is that the mind and the consciousness, they are connecting, but there is ahankara, there is the ego in between, making all the maya, no? All the
Yes.
So when we are able to take this out, there is a direct communication between mind and consciousness, and that is to be enlightened, maybe. This is my understanding. What do you think?
Exactly. So your true nature is consciousness, Atma, and the mind is instrument. But in the ahankara, in between ahankara, separates.
Yes.
Separates and makes you samsara, So we have the samsara because of that suffering.
Yes.
So the suffering, cycle of samsara because of this ego. So when this ego is gone, so uniting. So mind unites with the consciousness. That's called yoga, uniting yoga.
Yes.
That's true.
Entonces, él dice que está la conciencia, que son lo que nosotros somos, y la mente, que es nuestro instrumento para percibir esta realidad. Y en el medio está el ego, que se llama ahankara. Entonces, ese ego nos está haciendo una ilusión que nos hace estar en el círculo de nacer y morir, samsara. Cuando disolvemos ese ego, existe la unión entre la conciencia y la mente, y eso es yoga. Ahí podemos experimentar. Una pregunta más, y ese es el objetivo de tener un cuerpo físico, poder experimentar físicamente la conciencia. And that's the most amazing thing we come to live, is to be able to live the consciousness, no? To experience physically the consciousness. That's the whole goal of this trip, yeah?
Yes, that's true. With the mind, you transcend when you transcend the mind, you experience your true self. That's the consciousness. So we have the experience of that in this body.
Yes.
And also the mind changes always. Mind is subject to change, and also the suffering and all the pain. But the consciousness never changes. It's always in the state of pure bliss. So this is the goal of discovering that.
Y una forma de reconocerlo es porque la conciencia no cambia. La conciencia es algo estable que está en total goce. Lo que cambia es la mente. Todo lo que cambia en nosotros es la mente. Lo que permanece es lo que nosotros somos. Okay, I have another question. Yeah. Claudia, again, ask me. ¿A qué te refieres cuando hablas de iluminado o iluminación? What do you mean when you talk about enlighten or enlightenment?
Yeah. So enlightenment means discovering that consciousness. I am that pure consciousness. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the emotions. But I transcend this and discover my true nature as pure consciousness, which is pure bliss, happiness. So enlightenment is this seeing that I am not the body. I have an inner dimension beyond the body, mind, So that the self. So discovering that self, inner self. That is what we call enlightenment. And also enlightenment means what is escaping this cycle of samsara, going beyond the cycle of suffering.
Entonces, la iluminación es el autorreconocimiento de que somos el ser, de que somos conciencia pura. Cuando lo ves, cuando lo conoces profundamente, te iluminas. Y entonces sales del círculo de samsara. Una pregunta en relación a esto. Hay diferentes, la iluminación no sucede, puede suceder en un momento determinado, pero también puede ser gradual. Enlightenment can happen just in a moment, but also can be gradual. Yeah, you can start to get enlightenment, get more and more awareness, but there is always one moment where you open completely, or is sometimes like when you are enlightened, you know you are enlightened, yeah? Cuando tú estás iluminado, sabes que estás iluminado, ¿no? But lo que quiero saber es si es un momento o es gradual. What I want to know if there is a moment where you just open up or there is gradual or both.
Yeah, actually it's a both, because when the enlightenment happens, it happens instantaneously.
Yes.
But the preparing for enlightenment takes a while. So you can say both ways. You can say it's a gradual process, but at one point, it just happens because
yes.
you have prepared.
Yes.
So,
very good.
I'll give the example.
Ok, él dice que puede ser instantáneo para una persona o gradual, pero que siempre que sucede la iluminación sucede algo en el momento, hay una apertura total. No, incluso si te has preparado y ha habido una iluminación gradual, en el momento en que se abre la conciencia totalmente, sucede algo. Y va a dar un ejemplo. Yes, please.
For example, I am sitting in a meditation, closed my eyes, and somebody comes and sits there. I don't see the person because I closed my eyes. I'm in a meditation. After 5 minutes, I open my eyes. I see the person.
Yes.
But when I open my eyes and see the person, it's instantaneously. Yes. I see the person.
Yes.
But then the person already came 5 minutes before and sitting there. I didn't see because I closed my eyes. But when I open, I see the person instantly. Same enlightenment also. So you prepare. Preparation takes time, but when you open, you see instantly.
Very good. Él dice que es como estar sentado en meditación, uno cierra los ojos y una persona puede entrar en la habitación y uno no la ve, puede escucharla, pero no la ve. Y cuando abres los ojos, la ves. Entonces es lo mismo, es como estar cerrado los ojos, esa es la preparación. Y en el momento que te iluminas, que despiertas conciencia, es como abrir los ojos y lo ves.
Yes.
We will all be there one day. Okay, I have more questions. I have so many questions myself, but I have to give preference to my friends. Okay, José. José pregunta si una persona iluminada es célibe. José is asking if an enlightened person has to keep celibate. Aparigraha. No, brahmacharya. If an enlightened person has to be a brahmachari asks for celibacy, because brahmacharya can also be control of your own energies, but they are asking for celibacy.
Yeah. So enlightened person will be spontaneously celibate.
Yes.
So spontaneously, naturally, they will be celibate. But at the same time, if they depending on the lifestyle, stages of life. If they're let us say if they're household, they practice what is called the celibacy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, but enlightenment means you already enlightened person is naturally a celibate.
Yes.
Naturally, they will be practicing celibacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Él dice que naturalmente una persona iluminada va a practicar celibato porque es lo que le va a salir, que depende del estilo de vida, depende del rol en la familia que tenga, pero naturalmente una persona cuando se ilumina es muy probable que sea célibe. Y eso puede ser a nivel de sensibilidad energética, necesidades, cuidado energético, and this has to be with the care of your own energy also, no? And the needs. Yes. That yes. The important things here is that your point of view, your preference, the important things on your life totally change. So this is
totally change.
It's like eating I don't know, eating meat. It doesn't even exist. So this is not important anymore. Es como eso deja de importar, ¿no?
Yes, exactly. So you go beyond all these things.
Mm-hmm.
So your whole consciousness is different now.
Yes.
It's a different level of consciousness. You don't even care for that. So you'll be naturally celibate. You'll be naturally celibate.
You have all the bliss. What else do you need?
Yes. What does you need?
Él dice que naturalmente eres célibe porque estás en otro estado. Es bliss. There is nothing higher than bliss. So what else? Maybe you don't even want to go down energetically, ¿no? Quizás no quieres bajar porque estás alto. Yeah.
Yeah, you are already here.
Yes.
You're already here. So chakras. You already here.
Okay, more. Another question, very good question. También la iluminación también es física. ¿Cómo saber? The enlightenment is also physically. How you know? How you know you are enlightened? I think you know.
It's a more.
People want to know if they are already enlightened, Keshava, and they don't know.
Well, when you are enlightened, you know, definitely. So because the whole quantum jump, paradigm shift will be there. The whole your priorities, your thinking, your connection with the people, how you see your perspective with the people, the world, the things around, the money, the power, etc. Everything is different. So you know that when you are enlightened, definitely, sure. And also other people will recognize by living with you. When you live with you, when you see you, how you behave, your behavior, your interaction with the people. So with that, people also come to know your your presence. Everything is different energy level, so that people can discover.
Feel it, yeah. Él dice que cuando estás iluminado lo sabes, no hay ninguna duda, es un salto cuántico mental, o sea, hay otra percepción de la realidad totalmente y la gente a tu alrededor comienza a sentir otra vibra, otra energía y pueden reconocer eso en ti. Okay, I have another question here. ¿Cuán importante es la autoindagación? How important is self-inquiry? When is the important moment for you to do self-inquiry? I know every time, but after when is absolutely essential self-inquiry? ¿A partir de cuándo es esencial la autoindagación?
Self-inquiry is the basis for every spiritual journey. So self-inquiry is, that's a main fundamental thing. So who am I? What am I?
Yes.
So who am I? What am I is a very fundamental basic questions. So with this, the whole the spiritual development happens, So it's very important. Knowing who am I, what am I is very important.
Él dice que es muy importante cuestionarse quién soy yo, qué soy yo. Y ahí esa es la parte fundamental del desarrollo espiritual. Y podríamos decir que todo empieza por ahí. We can say that everything starts in that question. The moment you say, why? Who am I? What is this experience? There, you are done. You are coming back. Yeah.
That's very important. Yama niyamas also one of them is self-inquiry. So that's a very fundamental thing. And also self-inquiry gives you a different perspective on your practice and also life. So it's very important, very, very important.
Muy importante la autoindagación, practicarla junto con los yamas y niyamas. Y para poner la parte práctica, ¿cómo propones tú organizar a una persona para comenzar a practicar yamas y niyamas? To make something more practical. Even for me, yamas and niyamas are so practical, but some people get lost because depend when you are in your journey, maybe 10 things so deep is a lot to work, ¿ya? A veces los 10 yamas y niyamas son mucho para trabajar. ¿Cómo organizarías tú eso en una persona? How would you advise someone to start practicing yamas and niyamas? Which order, how, no?
Yeah. Well, you take one and practice one, go deep, all other will come. It's like a noodles, like noodles. If you take one, everything will come.
Very good. So él dice que agarren un yama o un niyama, uno, y vayan muy profundo, y el resto se abre. Yes.
You practice one yama, everything will come. They're all linked.
Están todos conectados. Entonces focalícense en uno, no en 10. Uno, pero go muy profundo. Yo muchas veces le digo a la gente la importancia de ir profundo. I say to people the importance of go deeper, not just take earth here, and never go deep. How important is to take one thing and go deep? How important is that?
That's very, very important. Very, very important because going in, taking one and go deep, that will cover other things also.
Yes.
It's very important. That's what the concentration.
Yes.
Focusing on one and going deep. So that will take the whole thing.
Yeah, él dice que es Muy importante focalizarse en una cosa y ir muy profundo, porque ese es el foco, es la concentración, agarrar una cosa y ir muy profundo.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another question. Integración de la vida ordinaria y yogi fuera del ashram. ¿Cómo lidiar con el trabajo familia? Yeah, this is a very important question. Integration of ordinary life and yogic life outside of the ashram. How to deal with work and family?
Yes. Yeah, this is a little challenging, actually. It's a bit challenging, but you can do. So once you start your spiritual journey, you have to prioritize. Your priorities are different. So your priorities are different. Your desires are less. You live a simple life, because your goal is spirituality, simple life. So it's easy, you're not interested in other things. Yeah.
Ok, él dice que es a veces es challenging, a veces es difícil, pero que tienes que priorizar, ¿cómo se dice? Ponme la energía. Tienes que poner prioridades en la vida. Cuando empiezas el camino espiritual, hay que ir a la sencillez y poner prioridades. Y la sencillez es muy importante, ¿verdad? Simplicity is very important. This is the first thing they have to do. I say to people also simplify. This is, and I tell you, Keshava, when Lipo and me, we were second time in India, 2010, we were in Karnataka and we were swimming in the ocean. We had a revelation and it was simplicity. And there everything started. Cuando nosotros estuvimos en India la segunda vez, tuvimos esa revelación, sencillez. And this is very key for life because so many people is so entangled. We talk about that, no? So entangled. Tienen tanto embrollo. Yes.
Yeah, it's true. Simple life, yet a noble life. That is what the Yama practice. Yeah. Simple, yet noble life.
Es muy importante. Él dice, una vida sencilla y noble.
Yeah. So, Yama teaches that only. Aparigraha is that only. So, live a simple life.
Yes.
Yet your mind is...
Yes.
Yeah, and your mind is very noble. So it's very important. So with this, you prioritize and you have to balance. You have to balance both your spiritual life and also your day-to-day life. Because we have to live in the world. So we cannot neglect the world. So we have to live in the world. At the same time, you have to balance.
Yes.
So simple life is the key.
That's why we are here, yeah?
Yeah.
Sharing. Él dice que es muy importante el balance aparigraha, no greedy, no tener ganas de mucho más, simplificar para empezar con aparigraha y entonces los deseos, desire, diminish. El deseo baja, entonces ahí, y hacer un balance entre la vida normal y la vida espiritual, porque hay que vivir en la vida, pero en un balance. Entonces, es una de las cosas que yo pienso que hay que cuidar mucho son las influencias externas al principio. Something I think is very important on the beginning is to take care of external influences. This is one of the first things we have to cut, no?
Yeah. And also don't compare with other people.
Yes.
Don't compare with other people. And you prioritize and don't compare with other people and also take care of the external things. So focus more.
Él dice que es muy importante no compararse con otros y poner prioridades en la vida, no compararse con otros, focalizarse, hacer una vida sencilla, tu camino. Es muy importante confiar. It's very important to trust. That's why important Bhakti Yoga, yeah? Because when you don't see evolution, you don't see results, because sometimes you don't see. You have results, but you cannot see. A veces no ves los resultados, entonces es muy importante la devoción. Devotion for the self, ¿no? Because like this you are not expecting for nothing. You just go. Very important, ¿no?
Yeah. True.
Y una pregunta, una de las maneras, por ejemplo, ¿cómo podemos saber cómo estamos evolucionando en nuestro camino? How we can know if we are evolving in our own path?
Yeah, we know because the more you progress in spirituality, so naturally, see, when you identify with your higher, the lower will fall automatically, So more and more you become more peaceful, your relationship will be different now. So you don't have less desires, and also you are more and more, journey within,
Content.
It's a contented. It transforms you.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
So you become more devotional, more loving,
Yes.
more compassionate. These are the things you know when you progress spiritually.
Él dice la manera de saberlo es porque vamos a estar mucho más tranquilos, con muchísima más paz interna, nuestras relaciones con los otros mejora, mucha más compasión por los otros. Entonces, en la relación con los otros podemos observar mucho nuestra evolución. So, in sharing with others, in observing, self-inquiring our relation with others, we can really see our evolution, how our relation with others change. This is a very clear mirror of our inner evolution,
Exactly. So when you are interacting with the people, so you can see how you are interacting, how your mind, how your feelings. So with this, you can understand how you are growing.
Self-inquiry, observation, self-observation in reaction with others. La reacción hacia los otros es muy importante. ¿Qué pasa en nuestro cerebro cuando estamos interactuando con otros? What happens in our brain when we interact with others? Because jealousy or anger or greedy, all these things is more easy that when we are with others, this come out than alone. Alone, not easy to be greedy, ¿no? No es fácil ser egoísta o celoso cuando estás solo,
Yeah. So more less negative emotions, more positive emotions.
Yes.
So then you are growing spiritually.
Yes. Cuando estás creciendo espiritualmente, tienes emociones más positivas hacia los demás en muchas cosas. Entonces, por ejemplo, cuán importante es cultivar estas emociones voluntariamente. Por ejemplo, mudita, el alegrarse porque a los otros les vaya bien, la compasión. How important is to willfully, with awareness, cultivate these pure emotions like mudita, like being happy for others, like compassion. You can cultivate this by yourself. Even if you don't feel it on the beginning, you can cultivate this like a plant,
Yes. Yeah, that's cultivation is very important. You have to practice that. Yes. So we say that you fake it and make it.
Yes.
Fake it and make it.
Yes.
So you practice this loving kindness meditation. It's meant for that. So you have to practice that.
Yes. Él dice que es muy importante cultivar esas emociones, incluso si no las comprendes, no las sientes, como que fake it until make it, fake it until feel it, como que te lo hagas hasta que lo sientas profundamente. Vamos a hablar de los tipos de meditación un poquito solo general, sobre los tipos de meditación importantes para la mente y las emociones, ¿no? Como para la mente la concentración y para las emociones las de generar emociones positivas. Let's talk a little bit, just introduction, about the two kinds of meditation for the mind and for the heart. Like for the mind for concentration, but for the heart to be able to, by will, to be able to generate certain emotions, even if you don't have a reason for that, but you are able to feel joy and happiness without the reason,
Yeah, it's true. So concentration meditation, mindfulness meditation for developing the mind, developing the focusing capacity, which is very important for us. And also for the heart, so heartful meditation, mindfulness meditation, so loving kindness meditation, chakra meditations. So they will help us to cultivate the heart and the emotions, positive emotions. So you bring it out. It's already there. You have to bring it out.
Yes.
So by acting out, you bring it out.
Yes. Él dice que es muy importante la parte mental de conciencia, de mindfulness, conciencia, para aprender a focalizar la mente en una cosa. Y la parte del corazón de, por ejemplo, amor incondicional como meta meditation, para meditación meta, para conseguir sacar esas emociones que ya están aquí, sacar esas emociones de amor. Porque a veces para los occidentales les es muy difícil, sobre todo en Europa y Estados Unidos, generar emociones de amor incondicional porque ni siquiera perciben lo que es. Because I have seen that, for example, in Europe or US, Western people, not South American, different, but sometimes it's very difficult for them to generate emotions like loving kindness or even ¿cómo se dice? Perdón. forgiveness meditation, so difficult sometimes for Western mind to forgive. How important, Keshava, is to forgive? ¿Cuán importante es perdonar, Keshava?
Yes, it's very, very important. Because people are not able to do that is because of the conditioning.
Yes.
Because of the conditioning, because of the pain, the psychological pain. But it's very important to cultivating the forgiveness, because then only we will be free from that. Then only you can go beyond that. Otherwise, you cannot. So it's very important. So that is why Bhakti Yoga also helps in that. Bhakti Yoga also helps to forgive, because you are able to see the divinity in the other person.
Yes.
You're able to see that. And also self-inquiry also. Self-inquiry also very important, because self-inquiry also helps us to forgive, because the same self, same consciousness is there in the other person also, so that you are able to forgive easily.
Yes.
So it's very important. Yeah.
Yes. Él dice que es muy importante perdonar, es profundamente importante. Y Bhakti Yoga, la devoción, ayuda a perdonar, porque nos vemos a nosotros mismos reflejados en el otro, nos damos cuenta que somos lo mismo. Pero también self-inquiry, la autoindagación, Jnana Yoga, nos ayuda, porque comprendemos que la otra persona es lo mismo que nosotros también y está en un proceso. Entonces ahí podemos perdonar. Yeah, this is like heart healing, yeah?
Yes. Heart healing.
Sanando el corazón. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, yo creo que lo vamos a dejar aquí para dejar un poquito más de gusanillo para después. I think we are going to stop here today, because like this we give more excitement for the next things to come. Y vamos a empezar, ahora que ya conocen a Keisha, vamos a empezar a tratar temas específicos, porque es tan amplio. Now that they know you a little bit, Keisha, we are going to start in the next interviews to talk about specific things, because it's so wide that we can go deep as we talk, yeah? Go deep. Yes. So, entonces en los siguientes meetings vamos a empezar a tocar temas y profundizar. Entonces pueden dejarnos en los comentarios temas que quieran tratar y ahí nosotros vamos organizando. So maybe they can comment in the comment section what they want to talk about, and we can go more specific to certain points. Okay?
Yes. Sure. Yeah.
Keshava.
We can go deep. Yeah.
Yes, we have to go deep.
One topic and go deep. Yeah.
We go deep. Quiero agradecerte muchísimo que nos hayas abierto esa puerta, Keshava. Yo soy consciente de que esta oportunidad no se da todos los días y les quiero hacer conscientes a ellos de la oportunidad que es tenerte a ti aquí. I want to thank you from my heart, Keshava. I know to have you here and being able to connect with you is an amazing opportunity. These opportunities I want to make understand the people that not every day we have the opportunity to be with a person so wise like you, with so much experience. So it's very important. Also, it's very important that they understand the importance and the possibility of this moment, because when you appreciate, you take action. I think it's very important. Yeah? Es muy importante que ustedes valoren la oportunidad de tener a Keshava aquí, porque cuando ustedes valoran esa oportunidad van a tomar acción, van a aprovechar. Creo que ahora estamos en un momento de mucho conocimiento, de mucha información. Es importante discernir, y aquí tenemos el discernimiento en persona. I think it's very important in this age to have, ¿cómo se llama discernimiento? En Hindi. Viveka. Viveka is very important now, yeah? So we have you to help us to have more Viveka, more discernment, to see more clear, because so many people talk without experience, ¿no? Mucha gente está hablando sin experiencia real. So many people talking about yoga without having fully embodied an experience, even yama ni yama, ¿no? Yeah. So it's very important to talk from experience. Yeah, what do you think about that? To close.
Yes, definitely important. The experience is very important. So experience means is seeing yourself. That is so undeniable.
Yes.
When you experience yourself, you're so convinced, because you see for yourself, and nobody can deny this. So
yes, totally. Él dice que es muy importante experimentarlo, porque cuando tú lo experimentas nadie lo puede negar. Tú eres el claro ejemplo de lo que estás enseñando, y ahí no lo puedes negar. Y eso es donde yo siento que el ego más se cae. And that's the point, Keshava, where I think the ego can surrender. When they see the embodiment of the knowledge, they cannot argue because the ego is seeing that the person is the knowledge. So it cannot, it's like, okay, I surrender. That's it.
Yes. That's
And
true.
another thing, quiero decir algo. Muchos de ustedes pueden estar sintiendo algo en el corazón ahora que se mueve, que se expande. Many people can feel now something in the heart expanding, like something happens there when you are in front of knowledge. Yeah, you have the experience with your master. What happened? That's how I know I am in front of the truth. When something here starts to expand, I know this is the truth in front of me, and this is where I can really surrender. What do you think about that?
Yes, exactly. We experience this with the master.
Yes.
When you see the master enlightened, you become so simple, so humble.
Yes.
And surrender comes naturally. Yeah.
Yes. Él dice que cuando ves a un maestro, tu ego se pone tan chiquito y te pones como un niño que es totalmente se entrega. Yeah, you become like a kid, like a baby born. Yeah.
Yes.
Pure. Suddenly this energy can purify, it's incredible how in a moment your ego can get so impressed, that is not able even to fake a spiritual ego. It's too big what you are seeing in front. Not like it only can surrender. That's the only way. El ego en ese momento, cuando ve una energía tan poderosa, no puede ni siquiera crearse un ego espiritual, solo puede rendirse. Yes.
Yes.
Very beautiful. Very.
Thank you.
We are very grateful to have you here, Keshava. This is the start of a big journey, and we are very pleased.
Thank you for this opportunity, Shaira. Thank you. We will meet again. Yeah, we'll meet again.
Yes, we will meet again. Thank you very much. Stay there. I will close, and after we can close together. Thank you very much, Keshava, from my heart. Ahora voy a hablar. One moment. Muchas gracias a todos por estar ahí. ¿Qué les voy a decir? Yo sé que es increíble, pero realmente quiero que perciban esta emoción que sienten ahora, la mantengan, porque si están aquí es por algo y con Keshava podemos evolucionar todos juntos, aprender mucho de él, inspirarnos, porque él es muy puro, hay mucho conocimiento ahí, entonces les invito a seguir. Les doy muchas gracias y los queremos mucho y nos vemos pronto. Chao.